Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, first, I want to thank you for being here today. I know that taking the first step to come to counseling isn't always easy, and I appreciate your willingness to spend this time with me. Before we begin, I also want to let you know that I'm currently counseling student completing my clinical training. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So my hope is that this can be a space where you feel comfortable being yourself and taking openly about whatever is going on in your life. To make sure I provide all information, important information, and don't overlook anything, I'm going to briefly review the informed consent document with you before we get started. I don't know if you've been participating in counseling before, so I would like to briefly explain my role. So as a counselor in training, my role is not to tell you what to do or not, to have I don't have all the answers. Instead, counseling is a collaborative process where we work together to better understand your experience, identify your strengths, and explore ways to move toward to change you would like to make it. Before I begin, I would like to briefly review confidentiality, as it is an important part of the counseling process. What we discuss is confidential, except in certain situations required by law, such as concerns about serious safety risks, suspect abuse or neglect, or a court order. If one of these situations arise, I will do my best to discuss it with you whenever possible. Because our relationship is a professional one, it's always important to maintain appropriate boundaries. These boundaries help create a safe and trusting environment where the focus remains on your needs and goals. If you have any question about counseling or our work together, please feel free to ask anytime. You have the right to understand the counseling process and to discuss any concerns you may have. Thank you again for being here today. And before we get started, do you have any question for me?
No.
No? Okay. So if not, starting counseling can sometimes feel a little unusual at first, so take your time, okay? And what feels most important for me to know about you and what brings you here today?
Okay, so I'm a 48-year-old woman. I've been married for over 20 years, and I have 3 girls. My oldest is 16, my middle one is 11, and my youngest is 9. So we are a very busy family. We are always doing stuff. All my kids, they play sports, and my oldest, she goes to a very challenging high school. So we lived 12 years in Canada.
Wow.
So we moved to Texas about 2 years ago.
But excuse me, are you from Canada?
No, so my husband and I, we are originally from Brazil.
Okay.
My oldest was born in Brazil, and then we moved to England when she was 1 year old, and we moved to Canada when she was 2 years old. But she pretty much grew up in Canada, and my 2 youngest ones, they were born in Canada.
Okay.
So my husband received a work offer to move to Texas. And then my oldest, she started high school here in Texas. So for her, school has always been challenging because she has always been very, very active and very distracted. And in Canada, because she used to go to a small school, so all the teachers knew her since kindergarten. So they knew that she was more active and more distracted than the average girl her age.
Okay.
So they would do some accommodations. But then since we moved to Texas, it was a little bit of a struggle because I don't know if you're familiar with the schools here, but she goes to Seven Lakes High School.
Okay, yes.
And the standards are very, very high. The pace is way faster. So she
faster
was
than Canada?
Than Canada,
okay.
Yeah. So she struggled with that for a while, and then just recently I was able to fill out all the reports, and she was finally like formally diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay.
And then she has some formal accommodations at school. So I think that's going okay for now.
Is she has the 504 program?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And before, when she was young, do you as a family notice that she was more disattentive kid,
she was more active.
Okay, more active
than the others, but because she was my first child, I think that it's hard to, you don't have anyone else to kind of like compare. So, but then when I had like my other two kids, and as they're growing now, we're like, okay, yeah, there is something that it's a little different for sure. Okay. But anyways, she ended up always passing with like B grades. She has never been a straight A student, which is fine for me.
Okay.
We just want her to have the support that she deserves in order not to struggle, because as I said, in Canada it was very informal. The teachers would just like, okay, she's more distracted, let's put her in front of the class, or let's give her a little bit of extra time to do her math test. But because here, if you don't have the formal diagnostic, then you don't have the accommodation. So we had to go through the whole process here.
Okay. And the diagnosis, was a surprise for you at all, or?
Not really.
Not really.
I thought she had something.
Okay. And how do you feel with the diagnosis, emotionally asking?
I felt supported by the school. Okay. That's how I felt. And I think it was good for her to also feel that she doesn't need to struggle alone, right? So there is a whole system here that supports kids who are more like not as attentive or like more active. So that was good.
That's good.
That was a good feeling, yeah. Okay. Anyways, last year she had a boyfriend, so we were renting a house, and she ended up dating. So the owner of the house had a boy her age, and she ended up dating that boy. He really, I don't think it was a good match for her, but he was a very good boy, like an excellent student. So he was actually helping her with her schoolwork. But then she got tired of him and it didn't work anymore. And I also feel that since we got here, because in Canada she had a very good and stable group of friends, because she was going to the same school since like kindergarten. Okay. But when she got here, I feel that she felt a little bit misplaced. Okay. Because as I said, we are Brazilians, but the kids grew up in Canada, so the kids consider themselves Canadians. But when we got here, she met a few teenagers her age that were Brazilians, but she wouldn't fit in because these kids, most of them moved here when they were like 12, 13 years old. Okay. So they know the slangs in Brazil, the songs in Brazil, the way they dress in Brazil, the habits are from Brazil, and she doesn't have any of that. But at the same time, she also didn't fit with the Canadian group because we are not Canadian, so we don't have we have friends in Canada, but most of them, the closest ones to us, parents are Brazilians. Her friends were Canadian, but then when you move, it's really hard to keep the connection going. And like in most of the Canadians who are here, they have like very strong bonds like in Canada, deep roots in Canada. They have family over there, they grew up there, so like Thanksgiving they would eat like the traditional Canadian turkey with cranberry sauce and stuffings, which as Brazilians we don't do. So she was misplaced, right? So now she and also some of the groups were already formed. So it was really hard for her to get into learn how to navigate that. So she has friends, but she kind of has her own group. She has friends from each group, and she kind of maybe did her own group, which are mostly kids who either grew up here, were born here, or came here when they're very young, but the parents are not Americans. It's more like an international group.
Okay.
Anyway, she dated this boy, and then she got tired of him, and then like I can't remember when it was, but like I think it was like towards the beginning of this year. One of her friends said to her, "Oh, there is one of my classmates called Daniel that he works at Target, and he saw you at Target with because she plays soccer, with your soccer." High school soccer uniform, and he thought you were very pretty. And he's really interested in you. But she hasn't ever even like noticed him like ever, not even at school or at Target or anywhere. But then since that happened, that she started to wanted to know who that guy was. Anyways,
just to follow you better, so you and your daughter, since that you have an open relationship to bring her intimacies,
yeah.
so it's an open relationship. That what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think we
she
have a
trusts
pretty
in you
yeah.
to bring this.
That's how I say it.
Okay. You feel like
that's how I feel. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So then they started to talk, and then they went out a few times, and recently they started to date more seriously. So the boy is 18 years old. He just graduated high school. And currently I'm really struggling with their relationship, and pretty much what I want is like I want some help like sorting out my concerns. I do think he seems to be a good boy from what she says. Like he
what is a good boy for
so
you?
he doesn't drink, he's not like a party boy. He doesn't swear. He goes to church with her. He seems to be, from what she says, he cares about her. That's how she feels. She feels that she's being taken care of.
Okay. So a good boy means that a person that you can trust in values.
That would treat her well.
Okay.
Yeah. But then there is the other side that he comes from a very different like cultural and socio-economic background than our family, and I'm finding it difficult to separate my legitimate concerns from my biases and expectations.
Okay.
I don't want to damage my relationship with my daughter, but I'm worried about how this relationship may affect like her future, her goals, her decision making. So I'd like to talk about like how I can like navigate these situations in a healthy way.
Yeah.
So that I can help her and just keep things open, because I don't want her to shut down and not talk to me. And then I just learned that recently she went, so my sister-in-law, she also lives pretty close to us. She lives 15 minutes away from us. And then I was talking to her the other day, and she said that, so my daughter approached her, which was very good, and talked to her about like how she feels when she wants to talk, especially to my husband, with my husband, about So the boy apparently now invited her to go to his house. And I know that she told me that his parents were like, if she ever comes here, she'll never go into your bedroom. You guys are going to stay in the living room. She's just 16, so you have to be very careful. So it seems to be a family who is concerned about her. But at the same time, I don't know them, right? So it's hard, like, they can say something, and then when she gets there, and I trust her, I don't think she will go in, like, in his bedroom, but
are you concerned with her decisions prematurely and immaturely?
Yeah, and also
that can
how can I put it? So she has her goals, she has her aspirations, so she wants to play like college soccer. She's heavily working on it, like emailing like coaches and going to like ID camps and showcases. And so the boy, he just graduated high school, as he said, and he doesn't seem to have a clear goal in mind. He's been doing like day trading and I said, I think like culturally, and it seems to be very different from us, and also from what we would like her to have.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing from you. So when you bring your daughter's issues about her relationships and all your background as a family, I can see that you're been passing through different cultures the last years. So you have been you came from Brazil, you live in Canada, so now you're here. So you're navigating as a family as in different cultural backgrounds, and now there's someone very close to your daughter that is the different culture that is coming to your family in certain way. So that sometimes can be bring some concerns that how can I deal with the different, and that's your concern. How can I treat the boy as with respect and try to understand his point of view, and also to respect your culture and your values as a family.
Yeah, ultimately, to be very honest, I don't want her to have this relationship at all. I don't.
Okay.
But I cannot forbid her to go out and to make her own decisions and to make her own mistakes, if that's a mistake or not. Also, I want to keep in mind that maybe this is something temporary.
What you the most concern that you have that she's going through, getting deeper in this relationship?
Well, I think it's that I don't think he's the person that's gonna help. She's so especially with her ADHD, I think sometimes she struggles to actually not analyze, but like feel her surroundings in a way that is this a good fit? Is this a bad fit? I also fear about her self-esteem because, for instance, she has never noticed this boy. So it seems that out of a sudden he notices her, and so I don't know if it's sometimes if she's looking for something else other than I don't know if she's in love with him, or if it's just
accepting her, like accepting him. He's because he
wanted her exactly, and like it might be difficult for her to say a no, and to I don't know if I trust. I don't know if she has a good judgment. I don't know if she's with him just because he was the first one who was available, or if she's with him because she really likes him. I don't think he brings like new things to her. It's just so he's the kind of boy. Maybe he's just normal 18-year-old boy, but as I said, like, so he doesn't seem to be someone who travels or to go to different places, or who can like open her mind, or even help her with her goals, like to like university goals, or he doesn't know what he's gonna do for university. So it's, you know, those things.
And Tatiana, I'm sorry, Sarah. How is for you to see your daughter make her own choices, like even with the mistakes that she's going?
Yeah, so that's where that's pretty much why I'm here. So right now I'm letting like she go out with him, like she's actually with him right now, so I don't we try not to say anything that, first of all, I haven't even met him. So my concern is that, so I don't want her to shut down and not tell us stop telling us what's going on. For instance, let's just talk to my sister-in-law about, like, she got invited to go there, but now she's scared to talk to my husband about it, because my husband tends to always give like a life lesson. Sometimes she doesn't like that. But she knows that if she tells me, I'm gonna tell my husband usually. And I'm pretty clear with her, because like we raise you together, so it's not something that I can decide on my own. I always talk to him. Yeah, just maybe I need help to accept the situation and deal with it in a healthy way without expectations, you know, because she's not saying, Mom, I'm gonna get married tomorrow. So maybe to just let it go in a more relaxed way.
Yeah, as a first kid, we always learn first with them, right? They bring the news first. So as your oldest daughter is, for you, the news, she's always bringing the news for you as a parent. So what are you talking that you want to, your goals in therapy is to help your daughter to understand what's going on in her life, to give her some skills, knowledge about the life, but respect her decisions in the way that is good for her to have self autonomy, and also but giving her support with respect her own life. Is that what you're talking about?
So, yeah.
Okay, so we can work on this, I believe. Thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you so much.